Tim, we hear you have a deep military service in your family. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I'm actually third generation service member. And so I've seen military service modeled and their heroism by both my grandfathers and my dad. Both grandfathers served in World War II. One was a Navy radio and electronics operator and instructor, and the other was an Army Air Corps maintainer who was subsequently captured, endured the Bataan Death March, and survived being a POW for 3.5 years. My dad was an Army family physician for 32 years and served in Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm. And then I was in for 5 years active duty Army with Field Artillery and Ordnance Corps and deployed in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Oh, that's incredible.
Tim, can you describe your service in the Army?
Yeah, absolutely. I made the decision to pursue Army ROTC at Lafayette College and came in as an officer. One of the things I liked the most about serving during a 5-year period was the variety and opportunity that I got to experience every echelon of the battlefield. So combat arms, combat support, combat service support. I got to do insertions with mechanized and dismounted infantry. I got to call for artillery fires to support maneuver. I got to maintain M1 Abrams tanks and work as a warfighter logistician, establishing supply chains and doing emergency resupply missions during our deployment.
Tim, can you talk a little bit about your transition from military service to civilian life and maybe any advice you would have for other transitioning veterans?
Sure, yeah, I would first say that transitioning out of the military can be a daunting task, especially so for me because the military life as a brat and active duty had really been all I'd known. I'd say that I was fortunate. College friend and employee of service, Chris Cosgrove, reached out, knew how my Army time and engineering education would be a good fit for a role at service. And he really made that kind of transition much easier. I would tell any veteran that you can't possibly know how every role that you're in may come back to help you later on. So you've got to make the most and take advantage of each role. That could be general awareness. That could be leveraging your network and the connections that you have in every role. And it could be that you develop a specific skill or talent that you're able to leverage later.
Great, thanks a lot. I think that'll be very helpful to other transitioning veterans.
And how many years have you been here at Service?
Been with service for 17 years now.
And can you give a little detail about what you do here at Service?
Yeah, as the manager for our Aberdeen research operation, I'm involved with all kinds of activities related to survivability and vulnerability of complex air, land, sea, military systems. So that runs the gamut of basic and fundamental research, design and development, test and evaluation for all kinds of emerging technologies, foreign threats, and really coming up with protection concepts to keep our soldiers safe.
Tim, after being with service for 17 years, what are some of the things that stick out that make you really like working for the company?
I can boil that down to talking about mission and people. I'm really proud of the work we do at Service. In many ways, the same integrity, sense of purpose, common mission to help our warfighters that I experienced in the military, I have that same feel here at Service. I'm glad that this is a family-owned and small business, and I feel like that company culture shines through in terms of not feeling like a number and feeling really valued for the input that each individual in the company provides. I'm proud of my Army service, and I'm now proud to be a part of Service.